because I'm worth it.
Yeah.
Hello. What's up,
Hi,
everybody?
everyone.
Feels like it's been forever, but we just missed 1 week.
It has been forever.
It has.
It is
How-
weird when that happens. I get the same with D&D. If we skip a week, I forget how to play. It's bizarre.
How does one stream on Saucy?
I know. What is
bring a
the show
drink.
again? I forgot. What do we do?
Ah!
She's so happy. She's got her drink. I think I might have a little bit of wine. I gotta go shopping still.
Oh, this is virgin though, so.
Oh, okay. But how was you had your first sip in a month when you were in Orlando,
my
right? It was probably
God.
great.
I drank a lot. I drank a lot. It affected me a lot too. And
Affected me
I
a
like to
lot.
say that I
bet.
drank drinker and Ryan under the table, but realistically, they probably had more than me.
Yeah, I mean, he's Scottish. You would
Yeah.
die before you outdrank a Scotsman.
would die.
Probably. I mean, I would, do some, puking to, remedy that.
He would still win.
I mean, I know.
This
he
is a
would still
Scotsman.
win.
Well, he is also taller and,
Well, exactly,
a bigger
yeah, and men
guy.
can drink more normally
Bigger,
anyway.
yeah, in general. And
Yeah.
also you had that month, like you were basically like
Oh, that's
clean
true,
slate.
yeah.
Yeah, so
That
hit
should have
real
lowered your
good.
tolerance.
you're
so
damn
yeah.
right, Grant. The Saucys Saturdays are the ones with Disparu in it.
Hey.
Well, I've been in every Saturday for the last 36 years, so, hopefully that's not going to change anytime soon.
Oh my gosh. But I miss you guys.
I know I missed
Thank
you
you.
guys. Last Saturday was actually I was kind of dead last Saturday. Not from drinking though. I got sick, so that's why we missed it.
Aw.
Sorry.
It's like you got
And-
con crud without getting con crud.
Exactly. That happens.
Yeah.
I've gotten really sick from conventions, so you guys got to be careful.
Oh my
there.
god, it's the worst.
It's happened.
The
did
Yeah.
have
whole
to
Ripa
London.
team
You did?
was
Well,
sick.
that was the thing. Cara posted on like Thursday, just got hit with the con crud. It's like, what? Like 4 days after the actual con? I've never heard of that
To
delay.
be fair, her hubby was the first one to be sick. And because the Ripa booth, all of them were working very close together, it only makes sense that the whole team is sick.
Yeah. Yeah, and if her husband got it, then he might have even like gone home and she caught it at home.
Maybe.
yeah.
Because
would
I
explain
didn't
the
have
delay.
That's
it.
happened before. Like I had a friend who got real sick and then she got her husband sick and she was good. And then him being sick got her sick again. And then their kid got sick and they were just like all sick for like 2 months.
Oh,
like it was insane. I
no.
was like, stay away from me. Don't come near
Oh
me.
my god,
Like,
that's
that was the-
hilarious.
That was the funniest thing about the London meetup. It was like, I know Quarter Black got sick, and then Gary went to see Az, and Quarter Black got Az sick, so we met him when he was already sick. So he's basically traveling around meeting all of these really ill people, just came away fine. Didn't catch anything from it.
Garrett
Which
always
is-
gets everyone sick. He does that to everyone, no matter what. So
Real quick, holy freaking moly, Raider comes in hot. 81-88. Thank you, Raider. Says
nice
says
meeting you.
nothing. You know what? You can get one of these. I know you guys missed it.
Oh my
Yes,
God.
queen.
Yes, I did.
People have to see that to believe it. Like they don't believe that Disparu did that unless they see the clip.
Oh my god. Did you get my footage and use it yet?
I can't use it. Can you email it to me? It wouldn't let me
Okay.
save it. Yeah, it got buried. I know. I seen it and I was like, I was sick when you sent it. I didn't see it right away and I was catching up and I was like, oh, I have
For next
ideas.
week,
Oh,
guys.
Yes,
I think I know the
that's a
one.
perfect time to drop it.
Yeah, next week. That was a really horrible attempt at winking because my eyes were mostly closed.
That's how it always is.
It's
It's like, I'm
Seriously.
working- I double wink all the time.
Oh my
All
goodness.
day, every day.
But I don't actually see. I
Oh,
just have
God.
X-ray vision.
God. And we have a new member. Thank you, Strider Exile, for becoming a member. Oh, hold on. I messed up my stuff. And Mate 566. That's what I always say. Hail to Saucy Saturdays. Thank you for the $5. The show of the people.
Hell
Let's
yeah.
get saucy. We sure are. We're for the people.
I saw a tweet from Poor Choices. I don't know who runs that account, whether it's Tugs or you, but the one about what
I know
happens
which
if-
one. It was
yeah,
Tug
if-
because I'm like, what's this poll?
would you tell somebody if someone in your friend group spoke about that bad mouth them behind their back? And I'm like, well, I take the piss out of Xray girls driving behind her back all the time, but I also do it in front of her face.
me.
So,
Yeah,
It's not the. It's
That's
the
my
same
rule. It's like-
thing.
if you'd say it to their face, I think it's fair game.
True.
Yeah.
I would never say anything about you guys behind your backs that I wouldn't say to your face.
Exactly. I stab everyone in the face.
That's probably gonna get clipped.
The best bit was you had like a really innocent expression on your face at the time, which made it
stab
even more
everyone.
creepy. You were like really happy. I stab everybody in the face.
I'm like that Chucky doll that Wicked High.
Oh yeah, thanks again. Thanks again for that one, Hokies. It's terrifying.
Oh my god.
Sorry, my light was like dimmed, and I'm like, I can't see.
Yeah.
Anyways, so let's get the rest of these chats cleared up before we dive into our first topic, which is going to be about Miss Gina Carano. I know it's a hot topic, and you guys may be tired of hearing about it, but maybe not. But I think you want to hear our opinions on it because it's Saucy Saturdays, and our opinions are the ones that matter most. Rodo's been a member for 7 months. I am here for the sauce. Let's go for the sauce.
Let's
Okay.
go.
Poki's been a member for 8 months. Thank you. Saucy for the people. Yes.
Oh,
It's
I
like
love it. We need a
give me-
people emote.
We do. I'll be on it. Also, I'm gonna be working on some saucy merch because I have a new store that you can have hats, makeup bags, duffel bag. Like there's so much on it. Yeah, there's so much. I'm still working on it because it's you have to like resize everything perfectly and stuff. It's not like TeePublic or I don't know about Teesprings. I never had it, but I'm working on it and it's I'm excited. So I'm gonna make some really good saucy merch. GRP60's been a member for 2 months. Thank you. So was Xray Girl a virgin for a whole month?
I was a born again virgin with
Oh my-
alcohol, and then I sullied myself when I was in Orlando.
It tends to happen. I will say.
Tainted.
Orlando will get you. Wicked Steel for 5. Thank you so much. Hail, Xray Girl. Wicked and Disparu love these saucy Saturdays. Well, cheers, Wicked Steel. Thank you so much. Okay. We're all caught up.
Yay.
So I don't think I missed anything else. Okay. So should I do the press release that you sent me, right? Should we just bring that up? Or
I mean, it's very technical, but we can
right,
read
well-
it. The official press release from the
Well-
lawyers.
okay, we have that too. We'll bring up for 1 second while we start. We'll just have her tweet up on the screen, and then we'll
her
dive
tweet
into
will be
the.
I
Yeah.
think that this is going to be the biggest piece of news this year because it's just stuff's gonna keep coming up and up and up, even though Disney probably doesn't want this to be out.
Oh yeah,
Well,
I'm sure they don't.
It's an interesting thing as well because people are always like, yeah, but it's Disney and they have expensive lawyers. It's like, yeah, but this is X with Elon Musk. He also has
Elon
expensive
Musk,
lawyers.
Yeah, that's
So-
another huge
Giants.
thing about it that he's getting involved in it. And did you guys see? Not Bob. Who was the Bob Chapek? Is the
Previous.
previous? Okay, so it was him that did. Okay, it was him, right? That they asked for a comment, or if he had a comment, and he was just like, nope.
Well,
don't
Chapek has
remember
already.
seeing that.
I can't remember which one it was. It might have been Iger at the time.
It was Iger. I think they asked Iger, and people are like, I mean, I think it's funny, but at the same time, I'm not sticking up for him. He's a piece of crap. But I'm just saying, what is he going to say? His lawyers are probably like, shh, don't say
Yeah,
anything.
the more you say, the worse it gets because
So, like, what is he going to
everything-
say? Like, she's a liar, and then like he just digging himself a deeper hole, even though
Well, then
Disney
he's
does seem
lying,
to do that.
probably, right?
Oh, exactly. Yeah.
The
But
evidence.
what I
is
meant
there.
was, when it all happened originally, Chapek was on an Erling's call when somebody
Yeah.
asked him, yeah, do you have any comments about Gina's firing? And he says, well, no, not really. But we as a company stand for, I can't remember the exact words, but it was something like morality and justice and good values and improving the future. And it's like, No, everything you had her for was the exact opposite of that. You're just trying to virtue signal over it. But they really wanted to paint themselves as the good guy while they are harassing somebody and trying to get them into a struggle session. And if at any point in your life you want to get one person in a room surrounded by 45 people to berate them, you're probably not the good guys.
That's
I know.
bullying.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's so when I first I loved her character on Mandalorian, Cara Dune. But like she wasn't on it a lot. But the reason why I ended up getting, so into her as a person was seeing the things that she posted and that she wasn't, scared to say what was on her mind. And she didn't bend the knee, right? She didn't do anything wrong. And one thing I will say about her that's really stood out for me is how classy she was. When people are sending her death threats, talking crap about her, just bashing her when she really didn't do anything wrong. She said her opinion on something, and she wasn't even wrong, her opinion, to be honest. But people are just so sheep-minded that, oh, I'm going to believe this person. I'm with the crowd. But she didn't respond to any of the trolls. And that's something that I think is the best quality about her throughout all this. Because we get it a little bit on the internet, right? And so we know people that will just come at every troll because it's kind of hard not to. But she didn't, I didn't see one rude tweet back at anyone. If she clapped back at anybody, it was with complete class and not being mean or bullying or attacking them.
It's a difficult thing to win from a perception because nobody will see the people attacking you. You see them in all your things, but nobody else does. So you'll see thousands, clap back at one of them, and people think you're just picking out a random person. But now imagine you clap back at all of them, and all your followers are seeing you attack 1,000 different people, and you look insane. So clapping, you can't really win, and this is why I know some people are like, I don't block them. I block loads of people. If I think you're just trolling or nastily trolling or trying to do the whole gotcha movement, I just block you. It's like, you're not worth my time. It's a waste of energy. I would rather see an interesting comment from somebody because you only have so many limited time and it gets spread across everybody. So I'm fully for that. But the thing that gets me with this is because it's going to the courts, as long as it doesn't get settled, it would be a legal judgment. And I know the whole people are like, oh, well, is culture down from politics or is politics down from culture? No, culture is downstream from law. If you make something illegal, then it becomes the de facto thing that most people do in their lives, and it becomes a common belief very quickly just because most people don't want to break the law. So it becomes culture innately. And one of the things that's held back all of culture is that people are scared to say the truth and reality, so they will literally go along with a lie because they're scared of losing their job.
Yeah.
If it's illegal, you could say anything. Well, within whatever reason, within the bounds of the law, you could say anything, and then they wouldn't be able to punish you at your job, which would make a lot more people say the truth, which is how you actually solve all the problems in this regard.
And I think another big thing that we have to look at is even if Gina doesn't win, and if the lawyers fight this well, because, Elon and his team probably are as good as, say, Johnny Depp's team, because public perception can change everything. So even if, say, Disney wins, but everything that comes out from Disney is negative, then you might actually end up winning the case overall in the eye of the public.
Yeah, exactly. Because it's so real quick, to bounce off something that Disparu had mentioned about, celebrities just agreeing because they don't want to lose their jobs. I think it was Joe Rogan. I'm not sure if it was him. I'm pretty sure that he came out talking about, might not have been Joe Rogan, but it was one of those guys that huge, so many celebrities come to him saying that they actually think this way, but they stay quiet because they don't want to get blacklisted. That they think we'll say more so with a conservative mindset, but they stay quiet because they don't want to lose their jobs. I think more of them should speak out though, because it'll make a difference. But then again, that's their livelihood. So it's not really black and white. Not, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And
but that's why people like Gina are so appreciated, because she pushed back and she didn't stop. There were so many points where she could have been like, okay, I'm sorry, and then take back what she said, but she didn't say anything wrong. So for one, but you know, the fact that she just kept persisting, and people are saying such stupid stuff now. Like we're seeing it. I can't help but see some of it, even if you try not to. Like everyone pushing it back at her, saying like, "Oh, the money's run out, so now she's trying to make money." I don't think she's doing this for money at all. I think she's doing it to just showcase all of this, to show, like, get the evidence actually out there that she was like bullied. When she did that interview with Ben Shapiro, I got so like upset watching it and felt so bad for her because she looked and sounded like someone who was just beat down so bad and bullied. And it's like, this is so sad to see someone who's actually, I don't know her personally, but like, you know, we have friends that do know her and stuff. And from what I hear, she sounds like a wonderful lady. And what she puts out there publicly, I think she's really classy. That's the way she handles everything. And go ahead. I got my point across what I was trying to say.
There's a lot of comments that I think often try and distract or sideline things, like arguments about, is someone doing it for the money?
That's a point too. Her family is rich.
Yeah, but even if they were, I don't care if someone's doing something for the money. I don't really care why they're doing it. I care if what they are doing is just. So if it is correct, and if someone has been persecuted at their job, then I think they're fully within their rights to sue, as long as that is honestly the events that happens. If they get money out of it, to me, that's neither here nor there, if the outcome is good and justice was delivered in that way. And in this, you're like, well, you know, let's say they settle or anything. Again, would that be a problem? Because at the end of the day, you're still sending the message that if you fire someone for something they say on Twitter, they will sue you. And I think having that fear of, if we destroy this person's life for freedom of speech when it's protected under American law, then we will get sued and there will be a consequence for that. And I think that's a good judgment to come out of it, no matter what anyone's reasons would be.
I think, now I don't know if she's going to ask for this. I think she should. And even if she asks for it, I feel like they would rather just like go bankrupt before doing this. But if she got an apology from Disney, that would be the biggest thing. No money, anything. Like if she actually got them to admit they were wrong, are they going to? Probably not. Like I said, I think they'd rather go bankrupt and lose all their money before admitting that they were wrong.
They're doing that right now anyways by putting out crappy movies.
Exactly. And Market Reality says 99% of these suits settle out of court with a bunch of money and a non-disclosure agreement. She is not doing this for the money, so I think it's going to trial with all the info being made public. Yeah, and I think...
Which is another reason why Elon is probably funding this, because he wants to change the course of how this woke mind virus is infecting jobs. And this one case, it'll end up being a domino effect.
Yeah, and people are saying Johnny Depp should do it too. His was a little bit different. Like he it's not that he was bullied, but they basically were like guilty until proven innocent with him. And you know, firing him and all that, not cool. But you look at Pedro, I can't remember the exact tweet, but I know there's more than one where he was if you can find it, I don't know if I can even pull it up.
He probably has it pegged.
He probably has it saved.
I wouldn't, because it's got a mid-century German symbol on it, and I'm not sure of Twitter's, YouTube's general thing. I mean, I don't think they strike you for it or anything, but it basically said that, you know, these people are bad and these people are bad, and this is Trump supporters, and it was like going through history. So it was the same accusation that's been thrown at everybody, which is so bizarre considering they were socialists.
Yeah.
so it's literally like the people accusing you are all socialists. Yeah. But
there you go. Xray said it. That's what he went really hard too. And the thing with Gina was she didn't really come at anybody. And Pedro was, and yeah, here's Hoagie's. He went. I seen that when he went after Minority Home. Like he went over. He just went after people. He was so full of hate, and he was just, oh God, he's such a terrible person in my opinion. And he got nothing for it. He's getting more roles. He stayed on The Mandalorian, even though his freaking face is covered. Like it's just
those are the rules.
Ridiculous. Yeah.
Hello.
Sponsored by El Gato.
No, my fan. I forgot to turn the fan on my thing. It'll be back in a second. But
yeah, Roseanne should sue. You're right.
This is the thing with all of it. The idea is to make people scared and be afraid so that they don't talk. That's the entire aim. So it's essentially, we will put landmines through all of society that are impossible not to step on because we keep changing them all the time. And then when you step on them, we will decide if they detonate or not.
Yeah, like basically, if your politics align with us, we'll maybe let you go scot-free. Maybe. But it depends on which politics.
Yeah, if you agree with us, you're fine. Doesn't matter how you go along with it. But if we disagree with you, we're just gonna bully you because we're, in high school. Ian Solford, thank you for the 50 pounds. She's not stabbing them in the back, but in the face, which is fine. Yes, Xray girl logic.
No,
And thank you, Silver Wolf. I just wanted
one
to
of
get
the
that.
things with this as well is that Elon's not being altruistic here. There will be benefits to Twitter by sending this message, because obviously he doesn't want people to be scared about what they say on Twitter, as saying things on Twitter is the entire point. And if he is the only site, well, the only large out of the main ones, like Facebook, YouTube, and whatever, that you can speak freely on without fear of being fired, that would be a massive draw to the platform.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Absolutely. I'm really kind of just excited to see what happens from this. I hope it makes changes. Like Xray girl said, even if they lose, like lose the war in court,
legally
right?
Lose.
Legally, they might win the battle. Shedding light on all of this and maybe opening some people's minds, because, like I said, people have this Bob mentality, just tribalistic sheeps is what I think of these people. You see something and you just and you just and you get it doesn't make sense to me. That's actually what, if you want to use the term red pill, that's what happened to me years ago. I was never into politics. I'm not super into it, but I try to keep up a little bit now, at least. It gets to be a bit much though, especially these times. But I started paying attention because I seen people that I knew personally, on Facebook, just saying all this, we'll use Trump as an example, all this crazy stuff. And I'm like, where are they getting this from? And I started looking stuff up and I'm like, that's not true. That's not true either. And I'm like, what is wrong with these people? These are people that I knew and grew up with and stuff. And they ended up cutting me off and stuff. And I'm just like, what's wrong with people? Why don't you want to be educated? Why do you just want to believe something that your grandma said? Think
about what your parents said. The news is correct. What we're getting is correct. Listen to the government. I heard that regularly growing up. And now that we're at this point where there is literally mass misinformation from news sources and the government, then you decide to look into it more because you're like, this is inconsistent. This is really what's happening. And some people just want to live life like this.
Yeah.
From a generational perspective, I kind of get it, because before the internet, you would get that kind of stuff from newspapers and television. And a lot of these places are all owned by the same company that literally write both sides. And so it was kind of a unified message got sent through to everybody anyway. Then you get the internet and you're like, oh, I actually have access to the entirety of human knowledge myself. And so I can check whether all this stuff, and I can find out things that I never would have found out before. And that's when people started to go, but if you come from that era of everyone getting the same message, then, well, you've watched that your entire life. Why would you not trust it? Unless you've done, something's happened to you. Normally people get woken up when something happens to them personally, it affects an area that they know, and that's when they're like, I know this is wrong. And then they start to look into other stuff.
Yeah, that's what, and it's it backfires. I don't know why people think they just spew all this stuff and you're gonna be like, yeah, well, I mean, because it does work. I can't say I don't know why, because people, like you said, they just want to keep their eyes covered. I've always thought that the term woke was so funny because they started it, right? But it's you guys aren't you're not paying attention to anything. You might as well be asleep. So, okay. If anything, the woke would be more of people like us that actually pay attention and want to be educated and see what's going on. If you want to be realistic about it, but
it means the same thing as red pill. That just means waking up. So they were we are waking up into a new social order. We've got a new morality, and then everyone went, "Your morality is evil. What are you doing? You're destroying everything. Stop!" So that's why it then got tagged as this is a really bad thing. And I think with Gina as well, one of the things was, because she says in there, the thing is, I've never even used aggressive language.
No.
I shared thought-provoking quotes, and that is why, because what she posted was so tame. It wasn't out there in any way. It wasn't aggressive or insulting. It was really just, I'm just going to take one step more than, whatever you would be willing to. And they were like, no, that's too far. And I think there's an element of, they put everyone into groups. And so someone like me, they're like, well, we don't like you anyway. And so if you speak out against this, it doesn't matter. But they'll see someone like Gina, but you're supposed to be on our side. We've put you in this group. You're supposed to be oppressed. You're supposed to be with us. How dare you stand against us, kind of thing. And I think they have more hatred for the people that they want to be on their side because they think everyone's a monolith and they should all think the same.
Them.
Yeah. That's the point. It's like, you are supposed to be with us. How dare you? And I think they actually go out of their way to make examples of the ones that are supposed to be on their side, specifically so that nobody else dares. It's like, no, we cannot let this happen again.
And it's been effective till maybe now.
Yeah, like I said, this was years ago, but I used to listen and I'd be like, oh, wow, can't believe like Trump did that or blah, blah, blah. Then I'm like, okay, this is getting a little like cartoony. What are you talking about? And then I actually started looking into stuff and I'm like, where did you get this from? I can't, you guys know what I'm talking about. I can't even think of a specific example, but like that he's I can't say the certain words on YouTube anyways, but you know what I mean? All the crazy stuff that people say about him and they try to prove it and it gets proven wrong and they still call him it. And I'm like, it's just so silly. I don't understand it.
I mean, I will say he's comical a lot of the times. He says a lot of weird things.
He does. I agree with that. But I don't know, man. People are just, it's gotten so bad. I wonder, I always like try to think about when did this start? Because I wasn't really into politics. The first time I actually really voted was the last presidential campaign.
With Biden?
Yeah. So because I didn't want to vote when I wasn't educated on it. So that's, and you have to be 18 to vote. So for those years, I was just busy working and like, doing college stuff. So I wasn't really paying attention. You know what I mean?
I wasn't thought you were just underage at that point because you're like, what, 22 now?
Yeah, you got me. I finally got to vote like a few years ago. I'm so excited.
I just began drinking last year.
I just started. Jason Clausen, thank you for the Canadian 5. The lawsuit is free on Google if you want to see the listed tweets. We have something. I'll pull that up in 1 second. I did see in a group chat I'm in, and I couldn't even look at all of them. I won't pull it up because it's going to go on another stream, and I don't want to steal their stuff. But they compiled just some of like the death threats and stuff that she got, and I'm like, oh my, what is wrong with people? And again, that just gives me more props to her because how hard must it be to not? Maybe not for her, but for some people, it's hard to not respond with hate back to trolls, especially when they attack you so viciously. And anytime she's responded, it has not been hateful. It's just kind of like proving her point, but she does it, again, in a very classy way. And I respect that so much. Gambler93, thank you for the 10. Critical thinking is frowned upon anymore. It is. It's really sad. And Jason Webster is a new member. Thank you. Here, we haven't done one of these.
Saucy.
There you go.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, everybody.
I think for the critical thinking one, I think that's inevitable when you've got an entire education system, which is literally, you need to pass this test, memorize these things, now repeat those things back to me. I think we're literally trained from like 4 years old to only believe what you're told and then just memorize it and repeat it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's true. That's what we were making fun of, like that and thinking before the stream started. We're like, well, my mama said, like Waterboy, but so many people are like, mama said, like, it's
Mama
true, and it's kind of weird, like when you actually look into yourself and you're just like, wait, like, so my parents are wrong. Not in all cases, but
Well, there's an evolutionary advantage, right? The easiest way to pass on knowledge is just to get it from, there's also instinct, but to get it from the previous generation. And then you have all the kids where they were told, don't put your hand in fire, it burns you. And they put their hand in fire anyway and died. So they died out quickly. And so you had like kids that literally get imprinted on and they just swallow everything they're told. And that's the easiest, fastest way to learn information. And then as you get older, then you get out of it. But you don't really forget what you're told and what that imprinting stage is. And as I've got older, I found more and more benefit from just looking at commonly held phrases that people just accept or things that I was told as a kid. And I find out they're almost always wrong, like the exact opposite of true.
Oh, like what? I'm curious.
Well, I think there's loads of things. What is it? Never assume malice when stupidity will do. I think no. I think most people know what they're doing. They have to spend energy to do an action. They're responsible for their actions. And so why would you assume they're thick? I think malevolence would be or malice would be a far more accurate thing. But there's the thing, everybody is equal. It's like, no, they're not. That's a stupid statement that doesn't make sense on any level. Like, none of us are equal on literally anything you could put us through on Earth. Like, I'm terrible at lactating, right? That would be really awful. If we all
I hope
sprinted,
you
we would be
are.
in different speeds. If we had an IQ test, we would have different IQs. If we played a game, we would all have different games. We are not equal on literally any single level. It's like, well, everyone's equal. No.
You just said that so seriously and just
Yeah, I am absolutely terrible at lactating. I've tried. I can't do it.
You tried?
Yeah, you know, I'm like really focusing on it, but it just doesn't happen, you know? It's like, no.
But I thought men could get pregnant and breastfeed.
It makes me think of Meet the Parents. She's like, I have nipples. Greg, could you milk me? Oh my god.
Well, it's always the thing. It's like what is it? Almond milk. Where are the nipples?
Where are the nipples
Oh,
on them?
Ian.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. It's true. Wait, this happened on a stream?
But that is the thing. The truth is, everything in the world is organized by hierarchies. Things are just better than other things in literally every single category on Earth. But because it's like, oh no, we're all equal. It's like, no. Spend 2 seconds thinking about that. But people were taught at school. And there you go. Things like democracy is the worst political thing that's ever been tried, except everything else. It's like, if you spend 2 seconds thinking about that, that's not true either. There's so many things that...
Disparu, you might get fired from Disney with this. You're thinking too much for yourself right now.
There was a thing, actually. I think it was the 50 reasons why we still love Hollywood, and one of them was... influencers can become hype men for Hollywood, and then it started going all YouTubers and people really want to get into the industry because they're gonna have short-lived careers, so they have to get into the mainstream entertainment. I'm like, I think that ship sailed for me. I've really shot that one in the head a long time ago.
What do you guys think of the Taylor Swift and Disney link that's about to happen with the Eras tour? I think
$75 million or plus she got for that. Which is crazy.
Yeah. Well, that's why she has probably the most power, I would say, in all of Hollywood music and whatnot.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't know about that, because she just made a product and it got bought for $75 million, but some people make a movie and it gets bought for like $200 million. Like Argyle and stuff. So.
But when someone said, I saw a headline saying Taylor Swift can change who wins the presidency election. I'm just like, in all honesty, she probably could.
She's voted. She's a Biden supporter, so you know.
I think her demographic would vote that way anyway. So I'm not sure how much difference it would make. The main thing would probably be getting people to actually go out and do it, because it's renowned that young people don't really go.
Justin Martins, holy crap! Just 5 more people to the potato squad. Thank you so much.
Saucy.
I know you guys missed it. You missed it. Hold on. We had one more thing. And Raider for 2167. Thank you, Raider. Voting in the U.S. isn't a right like the media claims, but a responsibility of an informed populace. Exactly.
Well, that's the problem. Not everyone's informed.
Exactly. That's why it goes back to me saying when I wasn't informed, I didn't vote because I didn't know. You know, which is probably good. Everyone should do that.
For every one of you which was responsible with it, there's a load of people who still don't know, and they'll just do it anyway.
You know how many women voted for? I mean, Hillary didn't win, but voted for her just because she was a woman. What?
Yeah.
No, you have to look at their platforms and see what they're trying to do, because that could make all the difference.
Yeah.
So
a lot of people
I can't vote in your election anyways.
If you could, you'd be one for the good side. I'm waiting.
Hi.
Thank you. Wait.
Like, have you seen? There was a chart of different countries, and it was like men and women, and where over time they've got more liberal or more conservative, and in every single country the women just went liberal, and the men kind of the UK, the men went liberal, and then you had South Korea that just went massively conservative for the blokes.
Wow.
And people were like, this is horrific. It's like, why? That's the only country where it was happening. And they're like, oh, we can't have that. Everybody should be going the other way. It's like, oh, the bias. And I just posted underneath, this is why they make good entertainment. And there was a couple of people going, this is one hell of a take. But it's like, it's true. It's because they actually have values which resonate with humanity, rather than trying to make humanity into something different.
I saw an article a couple months ago saying that a lot of the younger generation are actually starting to go more conservative on the male side. So that'll be interesting if that trend continues, because that would really affect the voting population as
it
time
doesn't,
goes
though.
on.
So I've read stuff that they think Generation Alpha, which is the one under Z, like the ones that are like in elementary school and maybe even high school now. I don't know what the gap is, but that they're so tired of the crybaby woke left from the generation that we have now, like the adults and whatever young adults, that they're gonna go so like far right because they're just tired of it. And I kind of hope so, because I'm tired of it too.
But it's a case of there's more women in the population and they're overwhelmingly one way. So you don't get that on the other side. So even if the blokes went conservative, it would balance it out a bit, but it would never beat. This is why you get so much stuff for one side, because that's the bulk of the voter base. And so easy to get on the side.
Did you see that TikTok where the girl got reset when she went on a date with a guy who like actually treated her like a woman?
That was the most overblown thing I've ever seen. That was literally a woman going, I like getting free stuff. It's like, and? No, she didn't change a single one of her beliefs. She just said, I like free stuff. It's like, yeah, of course you do.
Of course you do.
Most women do. But...
No, but she didn't say, now I'm going to change. Now I'm going to change my behavior. I'm going to do all of this kind of stuff. It's like, no, I just want more free stuff. It's like, great. I never really saw the appeal.
This is for Disparu.
Oh, hi, beautiful. Oh, hi, Xray and Wicked.
Well, you're gonna make him blush.
Flip.
Stop. It is that hair flip drives everyone wild.
He's blushing a little. Oh.
I see that. I see the
blush.
He's British. He doesn't blush.
No. Like if I blushed, it'd be obvious. Like there is nothing to hide blushing here.
Oh my goodness.
It's like if I walk past a high-powered light, I get a tan.
Should I pull up what you sent, the press release?
I can.
You got it? Okay, you got it.
There's a couple quotes in here.
Ooh, woo. Yes.
Ooh, woo. So yeah, this is the press
Krista
release.
Called me that the other day. I don't know where she found out about it, but apparently it's spreading.
Well, it was
from
D&D. I started because I learned about Uwu and I called him Disparu, and then Dispy Wispy is my favorite nickname for him.
It was with
and
you, Blabs,
is
and
also
Tubbs
sticking a bit
on
too.
Fortnite.
Yeah.
But like people keep finding out about the name. It's like,
it's such a good name for you. All right, so this is the lawyers that she has. Their press release. I don't want to read all of it. But let's see.
I mean, legal documents.
Yeah, we're just gonna pop it
up. They were never made with the public in mind.
Disney bullied Miss Carano, trying to force her to conform to their views about cultural and political issues, and when that bullying failed, they fired her. Punishing employees for their speech on political or social issues is illegal under California law. Blah, 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 blah. No employer shall coerce or influence or attempt to coerce or influence his employees through or by means of threat or discharge or loss of employment to adopt or follow or refrain from adopting or following any particular course or line of political action or activity. So...
the interesting thing is that is broken all of the time.
Until
lawsuits actually take them to court over it and win, nothing ever gets done.
Which is, I'm hoping,
all the companies agree.
Yeah.
No, what Xray said earlier, I think that's good is going to happen from this no matter what. If they lose, the lawsuit, there's still going to be a win there, just for the fact that she did it, and maybe other people like, I don't know if Johnny Depp will follow suit, maybe. But people like him that were, wrongfully terminated before anything was proven. I mean, her case is completely different from him, but you know what I mean? They looked at him as guilty until proven innocent. So I think he would have a case, because they did Warner Brothers too. Like definitely, like he got a lot of defamation from them. Like I remember seeing, not a lot, but like okay, the Animaniacs, when that came back, they had this little clip like making fun of him, like kind of going against like, oh yeah, like Amber was right, and it was before everything was even done. And it's just like I feel like that's partially defamation, but I don't know. I'm not a lawyer.
Yeah, there's a lot of legal questions that I don't know about. Like, one of the things would be, does it change, like, how far was his contract along? Was it just assumed that if there was another Pirates of the Caribbean movie that he'd be in it? Because that's probably not enough, right, to say that they fired you if they just don't have you back when they've never discussed it before. Whereas if you're in an agreement to do a movie and then it gets cancelled...
Wasn't he fired from Fantastic Beasts, though, or no? Is that Disney even?
Well, again,
Warner Brothers. I don't know.
Doesn't it depend how far along it is? Like, whether he's contracted for a certain time, or if you're mid-filming and then you get fired, that's probably different.
He was replaced.
Wasn't his character replaced? Yeah, I didn't watch those movies,
I've never seen the things.
Yeah, me neither. That's why I'm like, I'm not sure.
Well, we can do some research to make sure we're telling you the right things, because that's what you should do instead of spread lies.
Yes. That's why I'm like, I don't know.
I believe that he got replaced. We'll go with that.
Yeah,
let's see. Sure. Miss Chrono adds, we rely on our leaders and people in positions of power to be just, cool-headed, and steady-handed, and to be able to listen to all sides of the story, keep the peace, and act justly. However, some of us have been unjustly singled out, harassed, persecuted, and have had our livelihood stripped away because we dared to encourage conversations, ask questions, and refuse to go along with the mob. And then let me read this last quote. Ms. Chrono is being supported in this effort by X, which stated, as a sign of X Corp's commitment to free speech, the online platform is proud to provide financial support for Chrono's lawsuit, empowering her to seek vindication of her free speech rights on X and the ability to work without bullying, harassment, and discrimination.
Yeah, I think that's one of the bigger things. Like you say, even if it fails or whatever, I think having this out there so that the next time somebody says something and the next time a company thinks they're going to fire somebody for it, they think twice. Like, if you take Kara's case, let's say Kara's case had come about after this lawsuit, I think they definitely would have thought twice. Because, again, it's different between, like, Disney, who, you know, they're in lawsuits all the time. It's probably not that big a deal to them either way, whether they're in one or not. Compared to smaller companies, which still behave the same way and still persecute their employees, they're definitely going to think more twice if they're going to have a lawsuit.
Yeah, I mean, if Gina's case goes through and Kara wants to pursue this,
I mean, Elon already reached out to her and was like, you know, I think, yeah.
This is probably almost like a home run for them, and then everything thereafter.
It's high profile as well.
Yes.
So it makes sense that this was what was targeted first. Like, they think they have a case. It's a high profile person. Like, the vast majority of people are on her side just by looking at the facts of the case. So
yeah, and the law, a lot of what happens is they'll refer to other cases, and this will just be the one that gets talked about the most in these types of situations.
It will. It's like I said, the day it happened, even YouTube people I followed didn't follow or wasn't subscribed. My whole feed was just everyone talking about this, and every live stream or video had a lot of views, so people care to hear what's going on. Let me get some of these super chats real quick before we dive into
a lot
the
of people
next
probably
topic.
feel the same way as well. Like, nobody wants to be in your job is probably
Thank you,
one of the
Andrew.
most important. Your job is probably one of the most important things to you. So nobody wants to be in the position where you're always scared of saying something that might get you fired just for saying the truth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ian,
look at the
thank you
D
for the
files.
50 pounds. Yeah. No, you're right. This is the reality. Those who have trouble lactating as I do in Disparu, the pendulum could swing hard.
I know you're suffering, Ian. I know you're suffering.
Oh my God.
Now we know why Disparu has desk milk, because he...
Oh my God!
It's there to remind me of what I've lost.
He's like,
it's a talent I've just never managed.
I
don't like to keep my milk cold, because if I was lactating, it'd be warm.
Yeah, I get beaten by a cow. I'm worse than a cow. A cow beats me on the hierarchy. Oh, we're all equal. No, I get beaten by a cow. That's how humiliating it is.
You want to take this one, Xray?
Sure. Russell Hall with the $5. Already I'm scared, Russell. South Korean feminists are some of the most radical on earth. That's why 1 million
I've heard they've got their own issues.
Formed The streets
Their own
to
issues,
protest
don't we all?
their president in the 8 goddess cult. Is that really a thing? An 8 goddess cult?
I don't know. Russell said it some.
I don't know about that
questioned it a little
specific
bit.
example, but I have when I've mentioned it before, so people know that country. It produces good entertainment, but culturally, I don't know. There's positives and negatives. Put it that way. There's just different ones.
Jason Webster, thank you for the Australian 5 update. Barbie won 3 awards, including Best Film at 13th AACTA International Awards. Oppenheimer won 2, including Best Director for Christopher Nolan. Real funny about that is people were bugging out about Ryan Gosling. I think he won too. I'm guessing he won. He was nominated, and like they missed the point of Barbie. I'm like, oh, shut up. He was the only good thing. He was hilarious in Barbie, and I'll stand by that. If anyone in that movie deserves an award, it's Ryan Gosling. He was freaking funny as heck in it. Well,
So
not
did
as heck, but he
Ferrera
was
not win an
funny.
award? Because I thought she would.
Shouldn't have.
No, but I thought she would. Because everybody knows it's for that speech, but I thought they would give her the award just for the speech.
I found it just long-winded and just too much. But
Well, the message was literally, your miserable life isn't your fault, a man did it to you. That was the entire thing. It's like, no, you're probably responsible for your own actions, actually.
Probably, yeah. Your life is probably your responsibility, but, what do I know? Russell Hall, thank you for the 5. If Gina loses, she could wind up on the hook for Disney's legal fees. Consider what happened to Vic.
X would.
X would, because they're taking it.
Yeah,
taking on the case.
X are the one funding this, as far as I know. Like, because you would if she was going to sue it, you would have thought she would have done it before. So this is because of X.
We'll let Disparu get this one because he does it better than all of us.
De saucy people. No, that was. I don't know what that accent was. De saucy people love them de Ogbongi Gina. I still don't know what Ogbongi is.
I know. What does that mean? Thank you, that rich occasion, for the 51.99 here.
Ogbongi Gina.
Here, you get a hair flip for that.
Please.
Oh,
Yes.
Because I'm worth it.
Yeah.
My
just
favorite
love
thing
her,
about that clip is actually both the clips is how excited Xray girl gets at the end of each one. But it was like, yes!
I heard I'm getting excited. What?
No, like on the clips, there's like the hair flip one and
like
the because I'm worth it. And I say because I'm worth it, and you're like, yes!
Yes, you are worth it. Abe's been a member for 4 months. Thank you. Disparu's milk would come out cool because he's as cold as ice.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's just my heart, ice pumping in my veins. That's why I play a cold dragon in D&D.
I was about to say that's why you're Kylar. Except you're red-blooded now, so
yeah, that's
dragon.
unfortunate.
His heart has melted a little bit, not by much. Oh my god.
We're gonna warm him up. He's gonna become, like, what is it, the Grinch, heart grew 3 sizes, whatever. We're gonna get him.
Well, the best thing about D&D is that sometimes I turn into a ferret that just like insults Xray girl all the time because she's oppressed my species.
Russ Williams says Ungabonge, something amazing. Nigerian spelling. So it means something amazing. Oh, you missed it.
Ogbonge. Sounds so weird.
Well, this is the thing, because like the ferret is like cursing you with every breath he could take. He like utterly despises your character and like, oh, it's so cute. It's like, no.
Okay, every time he
I'm trying to hate you.
It's like so adorable. Here, come on my shoulder. Run around with my ghost ferrets, and then when he's on my back, he's like trying to start a revolution.
Just rebellion. Me, I will free my people.
Which one do you guys want to do? The Kumal or the Marvel one?
John.
The Johnny Depp one. You have that one. I don't have that one.
Yeah, this one. I just pulled a random.
My man. I got him right there.
The
Johnny Depp's
Economic
right there.
Times. I don't know what it is, but I like the title here.
Yeah, and then there was a rumor as well where it's going to be like an all-female crew. I don't know whether it mentions that in this as well.
We'll find out.
Well, that was my favorite thing though. It's like, can you imagine reverse parking a ship? That's going to go horribly.
Yes, I technically said that.
You didn't.
Now I regret it.
I heard it.
Hey, I heard it. I thought, no, that's too easy, and then I never brought it up. I let that one pass.
Yeah, I was actually going to talk about that because you guys know, and I'll do a quick plug for the podcast I do every other Monday on the History of Pirates channel. If you're not subscribed, go over there. Anyways, yeah, and Anne Bonny was a real pirate. We're not sure. We talked about this a little bit. I'm sure it'll get brought up again on a podcast. But yeah, so this lady, her name in the movie is Anne, and I'm like, it better not be Anne Bonny. I wouldn't be surprised if maybe they won't name her Anne Bonny, but they might give her Anne's backstory, which is,
Is she Irish too? You said from earlier, right?
Yeah, so she's Irish.
She's ginger.
If that's who they intended, they'll just say use her old name because they do with everyone else.
Yeah,
not like it's copyright or anything.
That's true.
So I guess Johnny's being replaced by Ao Edebiri. I don't know if I said that right. I would be outraged because they're using the Pirates brand again for their agenda with a Black woman. Johnny, of course, has been I feel like ostracized
Xray
from Hollywood.
Sorry,
we was pirates.
And the thing is, if you think back to the Pirates films, he's the main good thing about it. Without him, those films would not have been.
Oh yeah, he made it. I talked about this on a Sea of Thieves stream, but yeah, I mean the ensemble cast was great too, all of them. But he carried, and they went well with him, But without him, even that cast wasn't.
I wouldn't care about Orlando Bloom. I wouldn't care about Keira Knightley. Like they're just They're supporting characters for a reason.
Exactly. Yeah, he made it what it is, and they should be like crawling to him to bring him back because they need the money. Let's be real. Disney is like losing money left and right. And if he came back, if they apologized to him and brought him back on Pirates, everyone would be doing backflips. Like they would go to the movies in droves to see it because it's Johnny Depp and he's great with the Pirates. Like even people that hate Disney would probably go see it to support Johnny.
I don't know though. I feel like people have been trained out of the theaters. I haven't seen anything past Pirates 3.
Oh, I've seen all of them.
Yeah, I think I've seen.
Were 4 or 5 good?
The later ones. I mean, they're like fun movies, They're not as good as the first one was. This was my issue with them. I forgot them really fast. And I think you get that with as series goes on, you're like, I care less about each one every time you do one.
Yeah, I will admit the first 2 were really the best ones. I really did like Davy Jones' story. I don't know. Was that the third one? Yeah, the story was good. I have a music box actually that plays his music, and it's so like
because that twist at the end when you find out about who is who, you're like, oh, it all makes sense now. But anyways,
but I
would bring people back because Johnny Depp has a pretty big fan base, right? And it would do well for them if they brought him back. But who knows if he even would want to come back? They probably would have to offer him a lot of money to come back after all the crap they talked about him, and I don't know if it was like crap they talked, probably, but more so like firing him and.
Well, you don't even know what happens behind the scenes too, because like I see him as a very prideful man, especially given the whole Amber Heard case, and he wants to clear his name because he was being dunked on so much, and then until that case and everyone basically became a Johnny Depp fan again. I don't know if you want to go back to someone who treats him that badly.
Yeah, but you also get, unless you're going to leverage that into a role, like it really depends on what he was offered. Like if he got loads of offers, then who cares what he takes? Whereas if he didn't, then you'd be more likely to. Because really after something like that, what you want is like a big comeback film that does really well and gets your name back in the headlines so that you can then kickstart your career again. What would probably be one of the worst things if he came back and did a Disney movie and it sucked and flopped. And then people are like, see, nobody cares about Johnny Depp anymore. And then
they would probably have to give him a big payday to get him to come back.
Yeah, true.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
But I looked it up because I thought I did it. Jack Sparrow in the first film was originally envisioned as a supporting character, but the success of the film made a bigger role for Jack in subsequent films. And originally, Disney hated him as that character. The CEO, Michael Eisner, said he was ruining the film. That's a direct quote. Ruining the film.
Wow. Oh, and this was before the release, you said, right?
Depp has been very open about how the people at Disney reacted when they saw his interpretation. So I'm assuming this is before release, yes. Depp also recalls some Disney executives were looking for ways to get rid of him as they didn't like the character, and asked what was wrong with him, even wondering if Jack was gay. Which shows you how far this has gone in such a short amount of time, that back then they were like, no, you can't do this, you're acting way too camp, we can't put this in a movie. Whereas now it's
everywhere.
the entire other way around. It's like, well, we'd love him if he was. But yeah, Depp has done loads of interviews. He's been very open about how much they disliked him as the role originally. And it's only because of the success and only because people liked him so much that he stayed in it.
Well, I'm glad he was. Cause...
Yeah.
Nina Jacobson from GQ asked if Jack Sparrow was gay, to which Depp replied, all of them are. Like every character I've ever played is.
Just a little.
I love. Johnny Depp has always been one of my favorite actors, and when this first dropped, the whole Amber Heard thing, and I seen it, and I was like, at first, like, it's not that I just like jumped on believing it, but I thought, like, who would want to come at someone so big and so popular if it was a lie? And I seen like the pictures of her black eye and stuff, and I was like, wow, like, please no, not Johnny. I don't want this to be true. And like, but I didn't not believe it. And then the next day or the day after, I seen another picture and her black eye moved, and I was like, she's lying. I called it right then. I was like, she's lying. It moved. Yeah, I noticed in a picture. Because I was really looking into this because I love Johnny Depp. So I was like, please don't be true. I can't watch your movies anymore if you're an abuser, And I seen that picture and I'm like, she's lying. And then all this stuff started coming out, and I'm like, yeah, she's lying. And she was.
Yeah. That was an interesting insight into the legal system because there was a UK case first. But because over here you can't take cameras into the legal system, into the courts, it wasn't there. It was only because in America you have cameras, so everything was live streamed to the public, and there was no hiding it. Everyone knew what was going on. It was major news. It saved everything for him. If that was a closed courtroom, I think most people would have gone, well, you don't know, he got away with it, kind of thing.
Yeah. We saw everything. The evidence was what made it for at least myself, watching the videos, the recordings, and you're like, well, that's not what you said.
I know it's kind of like the same thing might happen with Gina's lawsuit. Like we might see things that even we didn't know.
I want to see the emails.
That's what I'm saying. And so I see there was even more that came out. Like when I think he was filming maybe in Australia or something, and she hit him with a glass bottle and severed his finger and almost got infected. Like she cut the tip of his finger off. Like she did all this crazy stuff to him and then lied about him. Like it all came out, and it absolutely ruined the little career she had. I mean, to be fair, Rum Diaries is the only movie I've ever watched that she was in because Johnny Depp was in it. Never seen anything else with her in it. So
what really got me was the audio that he recorded where she said, go call the police. Tell them.
No one's going to believe you. Yeah,
I'm a woman. You're a man. No one will believe you. Everyone will believe me. You're the one who'll end up in prison. And this was the thing. It's true. That is exactly what happens. It happens every single time. And she knew that, and she was using it against him. It empowered her because of a biased legal system that shouldn't exist that way in the first place.
I forgot she was an Aquaman. That too.
A very forgettable role.
Very forgettable. She wasn't that memorable. Like Rum Diaries wasn't great, but I watched all of Johnny Depp's movies. So
my favorite is they don't ever talk. She just appears and like completely silent.
What,
the other part of that trial that was so funny was when Johnny Depp started talking about the poop in the bed, and he was like,
"Can you believe that? How crazy are
you? How do you know it was a human's? Well, we have a tiny dog.
Is this one?
Yeah.
That's what that case like literally made me so interested in law, and I would never, ever, 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 ever say that.
I just couldn't believe when I heard that. I'm just like, how crazy are you to just like how can you do that? Like just go squat in the bed and drop a doo-doo. Like what the
She was probably off her face at the time.
And it was because he was late for like her 30th birthday. Like what? He didn't even do anything like heavy. He was late because he's Johnny Depp. He's kind of busy, I'm guessing. Like what the hell?
And the thing, there's a time limit there because he's late. No. So he's out of the house. So you've done it. And at any time you could change your mind and clean that up. So you have to do it and then not regret it and think, no, I'm leaving it. Screw him. I don't care.
I'm leaving it. I'm leaving
and you have to
I'm
sit there
leaving
knowing
that
it's there,
food
going,
there.
no, I don't care. I'm still angry for a long time.
And also,
the
it's
Doberman
so
says
awkward.
All
How
right.
do you like? I
Dog.
couldn't imagine popping a squat on a bed.
That's what I'm
to,
saying.
Like poop.
to make a dookie. That's
I mean,
so
it'd be more
gross.
comfortable. You'd have like a
Okay.
springy floor.
Oh my god, you could fall on it by
I was
accident.
like, what if you fall back on it? And you know what?
Can
We're
you
getting
imagine you
too
walked
into
in, there's just like an
this.
ass print.
Ew.
But my favorite thing about it was because you see in a courtroom, you know, that people are taught, you know, how you talk to people, how you come across and things. So both of them were trained that way, and they're both actors, so they can do it that way. But he was like almost having fun while he's in the room because they kept asking him things like this, the same question 10 times. He's like, "Yes, you've already asked me that question before. Yes." It's now the 3rd time. Yes, that's the 7th time you've asked that question. And he's like winding up the people asking him the questions, and he's just kind of making jokes while he's there.
It makes me think, I never really saw a lot of Amber Heard movies. Her acting skills are so subpar. Like, I'm sorry, they didn't prep her.
Well, she was there as
very
eye
well.
candy.
Oh,
let's be
when she
honest.
was on court, like in the court when she was like trying to cry. Did you guys see the whole? There was like a conspiracy that she was like doing bumps or lines like of like coke,
yeah.
because you'd see it. Like I don't think so. I think she just like had the tissue. I don't know though. I mean, like I would not be
do.
surprised by the
Because at one
tiniest,
point she went,
like littlest
and
bit
then
if she did.
It's like, oh, come
I
on.
did see the video where she sniffed. It's like I've never gone to
Yeah.
use a tissue and
At one point she
sniffed.
literally went like that. Just like,
And
no,
her
come
eye was
on.
watering. Like, yeah.
But
yeah.
my favorite was when she was crying and she had the tissue and she's like,
She
and
pretended.
posed for the camera and like held it for them.
I'm ready for
And
my
you see her like look over and pause.
Like Ian, we'll get to the super chats, guys. I didn't forget you. Ian, thank you for the 50 pounds. I love Depp as Hunter. Yeah, H.S. Thompson, Fear and Loathing. We're in backcountry. I love Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. I love that movie. And Rum Dyer are both utterly bizarre, but kind of hilarious in their own way. Yeah, he hung out with him. Like, if you look up, there's clips of him taking him to like clubs in California, and like Hunter is just as bizarre as he portrays him. That's the one thing about Johnny Depp. Like, Blow is probably my favorite Johnny Depp movie. I love that movie. He does a great job. Boston George. If you guys have never seen that movie, watch it. It's one of his best, in my opinion. So good. But yeah, Hunter Thompson is very out there, and Johnny Depp did a wonderful job portraying him. Andrew Matthews, thank you for the 2 pounds. Wicked is scared of Hillary. Well, I'm sure I could take her, but you know, she's got all those people that will make me disappear, so maybe. Heron, thank you for being a member for 2 months. Why is the Hennessy gone? Thank you. And Mark, why is the Henny gone? Mark of Reality has been a member for 7 months. Wow, thank you. Removing Johnny Depp from the Pirates of the Caribbean means the end of the series. This new chick needs to be very, very talented to save the series. Yeah, even then, though, people are so mad that Johnny's out of it. The last movie, I thought it was kind of boring. The only good parts of it were Johnny Depp scenes. They brought in those new characters whose names I can't even remember. I've only watched that one once, and I can hardly remember the plot of the movie. I just know that the only good part was Johnny Depp. So they're dumb for that. They should just leave it be. I said this actually on another stream, that I know this isn't an original idea, but I think people would be more excited for it if they did something like this, where they had, like, you know, Jack Sparrow's been around, right? So he has a daughter or something. If you want to introduce a woman and she's, you know, doing pirate stuff and he runs into her or something like that, because it still ties into Jack Sparrow.
The courts make him pay child support, but backdated. So he's got to go around and start robbing ships to pay for child support.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that would actually be
still
good.
a better story than what they're gonna put out. I can guarantee it. Justin Martin, thank you for the $20. I love how original Disney remains. Never ceases to amaze me. I know they're just on top of it. Jason Webster, thank you for the Australian 5. Here's to YouTube's only terrific trio: Xray Girl, WickedVirtue, and Disparu. Thank you, Jason.
Hey, cheers.
And we just got this one in. Stepped on a bee for $1.99. I'm a good actress, just as my
forgot
job.
about that. Yeah.
Stepped on a bee. Like, her
That made
acting is
so many
on
meme
par
songs.
with Kristen Stewart. Like,
Oh my god. Kristen Stewart's only good role was Twilight. After that, it was like, eh.
I never got into Twilight, but I love all the memes that still come out over that. It's like, I don't Like her act.
Like
It's
it
bad.
really isn't good. But those movies were just a time period for a lot of girls. I think the books coming to life. You're like, I love this, no matter what. I watched all the stuff in the DVDs, the extras, with the director and the actors. I know I'm horrible.
I've done that with very few things.
Mm-hmm.
Like
I did it with Buffy.
Rings.
Surprise to nobody. I watched all the behind the scenes for the Buffies.
I do like
Jesus.
the actors' commentary for Alias episode 1, like the pilot, because there's a bit in that where she walks in and finds this whole. Or no, I think it's the season finale of season 1 actually, and she walks in and finds this big magic like floating ball in the air. And she's like, Vaughn, it's bigger than I thought. And all the actors are like having a discussion, and he's just like, no, I'm not letting that pass. Jennifer Garner just said, Vaughn, it's bigger than I thought. And he like stopped the conversation, like, no, that's my best line in the entire series.
That's what she said. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I heard some of the best ones are the Lord of the Rings behind the scenes on the extended edition. I have to make time to watch those because there's a lot, like a lot. But yeah, I'm interested to see how bad this Pirates movie goes, though. God, the whole bait and switch is so real.
Well, there's so many rumors about it now, though. Like, you've got that where he might be replaced, or it's like, well, you could have an entire female crew. It's like, what? Well, they'll just get beaten by any other crew. Like, so have you seen the all-female SAS video that came out? No, it wasn't SAS. No, it was a SWAT team. They were like SWAT team champions, and they decided to send an all-female team. I could probably find the video. And you just see them do the obstacle course. And it's meant to be like this timed thing against other teams.
Yeah.
And it's a disaster. It is literally 5 minutes of complete and utter unadulterated disaster from start. It keeps getting worse. These people are dropping their firearms and all kinds of stuff. They're just utterly incapable.
One of my favorite shows I love to watch reality is The Challenge, because most of the shows, they have a boy-girl like pairing. So to kind of equalize it, this season, they decided everyone's just playing for themselves. And of course, anything to do with long distance running, carrying, et cetera, the males all excel. The only reason some of the females win is because they do puzzles, which are like equalizers. Some people can do puzzles quickly, some can't. So it just depends on the actual puzzle.
It's interesting things like that, because there's some things where you think, well, that shouldn't be an advantage, like chess. And yet even chess has separate tournaments. And they got really annoyed, actually, when a bloke worked his way into the other tournament because they were like, well, he's got an advantage. Like, of all the things that you would think could possibly be equal, chess is just sitting there thinking. And you've got all the time in the world to think and plan. You know, it's not even like it's a timed thing.
Some of it is. Like, you have the timer where you're like, boop, 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 boop.
Oh, yeah, that's speed chess, though. That's different than... I think the chess championships are normally slower because they're designed to be a bit more strategic.
I can't think that many moves ahead. So if that means anything, puzzles wise.
Well, we weren't going to put you in for any chess tournaments, so I think you're fine. You won't be put on the spot. We're not going to do an impromptu thing on a Saturday.
I'll do Sudoku. I got that. Oh. Or the pentagrams where you have like triangles and puzzles. Oh, I hate those ones too. My brain doesn't work that way, unfortunately.
You're talking about the Rubik's Cube? Or wait, what's a
No, there's like triangles and squares, and then you have a shape, and then you have to put it in that certain shape.
Oh, okay, yeah, I know what you're talking about now.
Oh, no, I can do that. Yeah, they were had on Devil's Plan, was it? With Devil's something or other.
Yes, they did have one of them as a puzzle as that as well. So, yeah. Oh, yeah, Queen's Gambit. I like that movie. It was a very good movie with the chess. If you haven't seen it yet, Disparu, you might want to watch that.
I haven't seen it.
No, Queen's Gambit got recommended. I'm like, I don't really want it.
He's like, just because I'm British.
There's literally nothing about that series which appeals to me. And I like chess, but watching a TV show about chess seems like the most boring thing you could possibly ever imagine. That said, there was it was like there's an old sci-fi show, Az has mentioned it a few times on FNT, that I watched as a kid, and that had an entire episode which was like a sci-fi chess game where they were fighting for people's lives, and that was a really good episode, and it was literally just a chess game for the entire thing. It was crazy. But that is the Chilean all-female SWAT championship.
Chilean. Oh.
Is that what you just put in the chat? You want? Should we share it, or like, can I share it? I don't know.
Can we even share the video? Would that?
So I'm saying, like, it.
I don't know if it's
a couple people in the chat mentioned it. Just to cover it real quick.
You can pull it up, and like, even if you don't play it, you can like skip
without the
55 seconds
maybe?
In. Like, if you do the still images, you'll be fine.
I'm watching it
so
right now.
You can sort of click through and just see the disaster just in still images. And it is literally the moment from the moment they set off.
There's a moment where they're stuck on the line, the zip line. Oh my god.
Okay.
No, they're stuck on the zip line the entire time, and it keeps getting worse. And as someone said, this is a SWAT team, right? So,
oh no,
that's how they will enter another building. They will literally
trip
zip line
over everything
from one building to another building. So imagine they're going across skyscrapers, and you are like 100 foot in the air, and you can't even get across. And then you drop. And they start dropping their guns and their rifles, and then they go back and do it again, and the first one just jumps off and falls back in the water again immediately. Now, the thing is, they are stuck, and now most people would think, well, this is a timed mission, so I'm already stuck and hanging. I can't get across.
Oh my god!
I'm just going to drop and do it again because it's a speed thing. It's like, no, we're going to hang here for half an hour before we realize, we're going to have to drop anyway. Yeah, they had to send people in to fetch the guns off the floor, and apparently, if you drop a gun, you get massive penalties. Because, of course, it's like really dangerous, and SWAT teams are all about saving lives. So they had penalty after penalty after penalty.
Like, did they even get across? Oh, sorry. They didn't get across. One person.
No. Yeah, well, one person made it the first time. It was the second. They never took a run up. They never got speed. It's not like they didn't understand momentum or anything. It's
very strange.
Also, that's not the entire challenge. That's the first. That's meant to be the bit you do easily, and then get onto the rest of the course.
Oh my god, that's so sad.
Ian said, "Did anyone see that Simpsons episode where Burns and Smithers get stuck on the zip line trying to steal a teddy bear?" Literally this. I've seen this.
I can understand if Burns and Smithers get stuck on a zip line. I don't understand how women trained in SWAT are getting stuck on a zip line.
Well, they're not trained. This is the point. Like, you can't train them to do it.
But they're SWAT
do you get my point?
Right?
Oh no, they are a SWAT team. But my point is, you cannot train them to do it. It is not. They're not physically capable of doing it. So what they do is they lower the requirements, which is fine until you have to do something. And just because you get into it, there seems to be an attitude now, especially where you see people with degrees and stuff. They think just because you've got a qualification, you're now like magically able to do the task. Well, we lowered the requirements, so you're in SWAT. So obviously you can do what SWAT does. Like, no. Yeah, but everything is lower. In the army, it's lower. In the fire brigade, it's lower. In the police force, it's lower. In SWAT teams, it's lower.
Like,
you could ask Lady G. They don't even do pull-ups.
Oh yeah, no, I've heard.
They plank.
Like
they literally lie down as a challenge.
I think the fire team.
That's what planking is. It is lying down. Never. Oh, I can lie down for 30 seconds. I can lie down for 8 hours at a time.
Oh,
I can probably lie down all day if I tried.
Not to brag.
No, not to brag, but I could probably lie down for at least 24 hours.
Have you tried lactating while lying down?
Yeah, I can't do that. Maybe if I watched enough anime, I'd be able to.
Yeah, they should never lower these requirements. Like, these people are supposed to save you. And that's why when videos like that, those Montreal cops, the female ones where the guy got away and they're trying to arrest him. Yeah, like, you're ineffective.
There was a woman that wrestled, and she said, I've never fought anyone like it before. Like, normally when I wrestle other women, because people, this is what I mean when it's like everyone's equal. No, literally everything about you is different. You have smaller wrists, you have different wrist strength. And she says, normally when I wrestle a woman, if she like grabs me around the wrist, I can like wiggle and I can get out of it and stuff. if a guy does that to you, you're not getting out. It's like a vice. You're just stuck. She'd never experienced that before in her life. There's a great meme where this woman comes back to her boyfriend. She's like, I've been out to a self-defense course. Let's see if you can handle me. It's like, oh no. And he's like, go on then. And she kicks him and he just grabs her leg, sweeps the floor out from under her. She goes flat on her back. He's like, you should get a refund, love. And walks off.
I have a feeling I know what he's going to say. ABC Cinema wants to know, Disparu, what do you think women are better at?
They are massively better at lactating. Look, not only are they better at lactating, they can give birth. They can give birth better than you would ever imagine, right? They are masters at giving birth. It's not something I've ever struggled. And let's face it, if I saw a face down there, I'd probably go to the doctor. There'd be something really incredibly wrong. But, you know, if I expanded for 9 months, I'd be worried.
Oh, no. I knew he was going to say that.
And they can cry more than I have in my entire life in like a weekend. It's such a... There's definitely truth.
I'm dying.
Their memories, you tell them something from 20 years ago, they will remember that for the next 20 years and pull it out as an argument as a split second notice. They're like elephants. And not just because they love to eat chocolate.
Thundering Master, thank you for the 50. Same. Massively better at
Massively, yeah, like infinitely better than me.
Thank you for the 50.
Saucy.
I really wish that when you see those like transition videos and those couples who are together and the man gives birth and then the woman tries to lactate and you're just like, that's not how biology works. That's not how biology works. Oh my God. It's wild. And biologically, skeletons will give you away what gender the person was born as just based on the pelvis.
Yes.
Science.
You will get dug up at some point in the future, and they will know what you were.
Yeah.
So
no,
that's how I look at it.
We'll have to run them through the Jurassic Park world and ask them to find out.
Angmar WK, thank you for the $4.99. The problem with going the daughter route with Depp, it would be the same as the last one. I'm sure the writers won't know it as shown in Gary's video. Yeah, I mean, I said it wasn't original, but it would be a little better than what I don't know what they're putting out, but I know it's not going to be good. I can't have faith that it will be good, especially because Johnny Depp's not in it and he made the franchise. So John Thomas, member for 1 month. Thank you. Wicked, have you seen Benny and June? First Step, Big Girl After 21 Jump Street. Yes, I love Benny and June. Another great movie. That's one of my favorites. I have that one on Blu-ray. Psychotic Mongoose, been a member for 4 months. Bruce Campbell's commentary for Bubba Hotep is amazing. He does the whole thing in character as Elvis. I need to watch that. I love Bruce Campbell. He's probably one of the only actors that I would travel to go to a convention for. He doesn't do them that much, but I would go in my full Ash Williams cosplay and have him sign the chainsaw that I made for the cosplay. All of that. Like, oh, I would love to meet him. He's great. GTI Warrior, thank you for the $1.99. You guys should do drunk chess. That would be fun. It probably would take forever.
I'm horrible at chess sober.
Same. Yeah, same.
No, I used to love chess, but I've not played chess since high school. So
it's been a bit. You're a little rusty.
Ability I had, I will have lost by now.
You know, Disparu, you in gaming, you are good at every game you just pick up. I feel like you're going to be the same with chess.
Oh, if I practice, I could get up to a decent thing that, with short kind of notice. But you have to get into a habit of these things.
Yeah. Janan Classman, thank you for the Canadian 5. Come on, if you eat the lactation cookies and do a regimen pumping schedule, it should induce lactation, right? Right? You're giving Disparu the ideas.
No, I'm not sure that
it's that Canadian education coming out right now.
199. Sorry, I'm not saying it right. I'm saying 199. It's 199. My bad. And Andrew, thank you for £2. Big Quest. Who was getting the Dune popcorn bucket? I've never even seen the first Dune movie.
I would get way more use out of a Dune popcorn bucket than they would.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
That took me a second.
No, it was Xray Girl's face. It was like, what?
Wait, what?
I heard about the holes in the bucket. I don't know if they're gonna have them in Canada
Have you
or in
seen
the UK.
it? Like, you only have to see it to work it
Yeah,
out.
have you seen it? It's
Yeah.
very. She had to have seen that. Come on, she's on F&T.
Chris has 2 of them. It's
Yeah,
insane.
you know, one to use, one to wash.
Oh, it's
No.
like it's like the what was it? The calendars. When you get
What
this,
calendars?
I was going to say,
bikini
whose calendars?
You know how like some people get like 2 and 1 to
Oh,
keep and 1
Yeah.
to not
Oh.
keep. I'm like, how do I say this without saying
I mean,
this?
to
I
be
get
fair,
it.
that's also the same for lots of things. It is like one to use, one to like keep for the future. It's not just calendars. There are legitimate reasons why people may do that.
Thank you, Cavitano, for writing it out. Hi, Ian.
I don't even know what that's in response to. It's like so quick fire. It could be anything that we said in the last 5 minutes.
Oh goodness.
God, I
Oh
want
my
that bucket though,
gosh.
just for fun, just for the meme.
I want to get I'm gonna actually go see Ghostbusters, the new movie coming out. Solely, like, I don't know if it's gonna be great or not. I'm sure the movie will be okay. It's not gonna be as great as the originals, obviously, but I want all the merch that comes with it. They have a popcorn buckets, a sipper. They have like 4 different things coming out. So I'm like, I need to go the day that it drops because they're gonna run out of everything. Just speaking of popcorn buckets, I'm very excited for that.
When is the release date for Ghostbusters?
March. Let me see.
March. Okay, because I know
Yeah,
Dune
was it
is
March,
the
like-
first.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's March. What? Didn't come up.
No, they're releasing. I looked up Madam Web. I didn't know Madam Web came out on Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Do they
yeah.
really want that to be a
Does?
Valentine's Day movie? I mean, come on.
Oh, baby, we need to go watch Dakota Johnson.
Well, to be fair, after she said you're gonna see it, you're gonna like it, you're gonna see it twice. I'm like, yes, I will, 100%.
Oh.
What's up, Yellow Flash? That popcorn bucket ghost trap does look really cool.
You're gonna get 2 of them too, Yellow Flash?
Well, that was the ghost trap, not the Dune one. Dune one was the
That's true.
the sandworm.
Let me see if I can find it. Hold on. I'll
Let's
look
see.
up and
I
see if
want
I
to
can
see
find
Ghost.
Oh yeah, if you just Google it, it should come up first.
Trap popcorn.
Been all over the place.
bucket.
Like the popcorn bucket. I
Ooh,
don't think
that
we even get
is-
them over here. I don't think I've even seen any of the special ones.
That
I don't
looks
generally
cool.
look at popcorn though.
There's
That
a
does
few.
look
You
cool.
can pull it up if you want and show the chat. I want all of it. They have sippers, and I think they have the extra one, right? Isn't that a popcorn bucket too? Something. And I want it all.
I just want everything.
Oh,
all
so
the popcorn buckets.
on
want 'em
mobile
all.
syrup, it says not safe for work. Dune 2 popcorn bucket will be available in Canada.
Extra girl
It
put
is safe for
PP
work,
in
though.
Jay's Coke. What? Hi, Jay.
Hi,
You-
Jay.
yeah,
Jay,
yeah.
guess what? I found
My-
something of
You,
yours.
you trapped Mike in the background who didn't know you were filming it as well.
Look,
I have
it's
some
your
of those
OG
stickers.
sticker. Love it. It's on my comic book case now. Yes, I put my PP in your Coke, and you seem to like it, so you drank it all.
Well, as I posted on the Twitter thing, that was a legitimate story from Kate Beckinsale. She did pee in a director's
Wait, what? Why?
What?
Yeah, they can even pull up. But she said this multiple times in interviews. Because he made her do a topless scene and she didn't really want to, and she felt pressured, so she peed in his thermos flask.
Wow, that's vindictive.
Well, yeah, she even said in an interview afterwards, although now apparently I've heard it's good for you, so he'll probably live forever. So she was like, I probably
didn't
helped him
work.
in the end.
It didn't work.
Yeah.
Oh,
This is why
Yeah.
under your thing, someone says, why would you do that? It's like, I mean, it just seems to be a woman thing. And I posted
How-
the headline.
how
of
old
Kate
is she,
Beckinsale.
was she at the time of?
Oh, I
that
think it was one of her
scene?
first movies. It was before she hit the
Uh,
big time.
I
It was
can-
before
I can
Underworld.
understand how she felt pressured and needed to do it then, because she didn't have a backbone as much as she does now. For
Yeah,
sure.
and I can't remember the details, but I think it was something like she turned up on set and just found out it was going to happen.
Oh, that's rude.
This is the popcorn bucket, guys. Oh God, why is Taylor Swift everywhere? Go away. Sorry.
Go away. So you're not a Swiftie.
I mean, you can't really see what it is when it's in a bag.
Right, I just
that bucket is cool though. That
it is.
really
There's
cool.
other stuff too. I thought I saw like
I think one looks better.
Oh,
Okay.
wow. Disparu's like, I can get more use out of that Dune popcorn bucket than this
It's like
one.
winking at you.
There was I wish I could find the post. They have like 4 different things coming out, and I'm getting them all. Xray girl will probably find it. She's better at finding stuff than me. Yeah, Slimer bucket's cool. There was like a sipper too, something else. Maybe that was the Ecto one that I saw. There was something.
Let me see. It just takes the right words. Obviously, I'm not using the right words.
Surely it'd just be Ghostbusters popcorn bucket.
No, because you could probably get like.
It's just the popcorn
How
bucket.
many popcorn buckets do you have over there? I've not even seen one. I don't think I don't think they sell them here.
I don't
have a
like
Pumbaa
buying
one.
them because I have too much stuff.
I know. I only get the ones I really like. I got the Pumbaa one. That's the only popcorn bucket I have, but I will get the Ghostbuster stuff.
I think it's probably because if you told someone you want to pay 20 quid for a popcorn bucket, they would just laugh in your face.
That's expensive.
So they don't sell them here. It's like, what?
Expensive.
Ooh, that's cool, Trey.
Ooh. There's a
What'd you find?
Batmobile in our area, like in the Toronto area. I've seen sometimes the guy just driving around. He's black too, so I call him the Blackmobile. I don't know. It's just something that we've adopted as me and my friends, so we
It's
know.
all right. It's Mike. It's fine.
But it's pretty cool. Someone modded out a car to look like the Batmobile. Which one? I don't know. Okay, I don't know all these answers, but
There is
it
a
looks
lot.
very, very, very cool. No.
It's like his
They're all
suits.
cool.
I know people like the original ones, or he's basically just like cloth. But I'm a big fan of the big armored, the Batman thing. It makes a lot more sense to me. If you're going to go around the one from like the Arkham games and stuff. I
Those
think
ones
they
are
look
very
awesome.
cool.
Yeah.
I think as a vehicle to drive around, maybe the one from the 60s looks really cool. I sat in it. Well, one of the replicas. I think there's only a few of them. Pretty sure, but at a convention, I sat in one. And I had like a big bomb, and I was like, I did like a silly pose because it was like the campy Batman. It was really cool. They actually drive it, I think, or they can drive it. They probably have it put like on the bed of a truck or something. Because
specialty license or for that.
I still like the campy Batman when he climbs walls, and you can like just tell they're on the floor, just hunched over,
just like
and you're still tilting the camera sideways. Like, oh no, this is really challenging.
It's still more convincing than CG, okay?
No, but this, like, you can play into that. Like, the reason why that's aged so well is because everybody, even at the time, knew what it was, but they're also not trying to hide it. If you try too hard to make it something look real and fail, I think that looks worse than just, like, the entire things were camp, so they got away with it because it kind of fit in with the mood and the atmosphere as it was.
Well, also, if you make a good movie, these little things don't bother you as much. But if the movie's not fun, then you're going to be like, oh, that's fake. That's fake. That's fake.
Mm-hmm.
And just hate it even more.
It's like fight scenes. If the movie doesn't have you pulled into the characters, that's when you find yourself going, well, that kick didn't hit and that punch missed. And what are you doing that for? Because you're in an analytical mode rather than being just like in a more sort of emotional mode where you're invested in the characters.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna get some of these super chats before we move on to Pigeon. We got a good one for you guys today. Goody, thank you for becoming a new member.
Saucy.
Drew's so sick of that, I think. That one.
Well,
He loves
every single video. So like if we rotated between the three of us.
He loves it.
But you're the funniest. What can I say?
You're the most beautiful. Everyone's simping for you here.
It's that hair flip. You caught everyone with that. Grab their hearts. Justin Martins, thank you for the $10. Is Xray Girl's webcam on Canadian healthcare plan? Should we be concerned?
It did get very pixelated at one point.
I think it's
Yes,
maybe I think it'll be the
obviously.
connection, not the webcam. Like maybe she had like a little bump in
Like my
connection or something,
webcam
'cause-
looks clear, so it's the internet. So
And the moment you did that, your webcam like got worse again.
Trudeau, stop it!
Yeah, it's
Stop
happened again. You can't handle it.
See, You
You immediately get pixelated.
I have to be a quiet Asian girl, otherwise he's gonna throttle my internet.
Rye the Guy, thank you for the $5. As a former emo Edward Scissorhands and Sleepy Hollow Johnny Depp are my favorite versions of Johnny in the Deppiverse.
Deppiverse. Ooh.
Yeah, I mean, I would say Blow is one of my favorites. It's just such a good movie, but I love so many Johnny Depp movies. Those two are definitely high up there as well. Janin, I think I said your name different 3 times. I'm sorry. Classman, thank you, the Canadian 5. During my,
I mean, one of them will be right.
I got one right at one point. During the QL3/DP1, we had a guy drink his own pee. He forgot he had peed in his canteen like a moron while on the radio show. Ooh.
Wait, you're Army? Oh my goodness.
Disparu is the new Liz Hurley.
I've heard I will know her if I Google her, but I can't off the top of my
He keeps
head.
forgetting who Elizabeth Hurley is.
Devil,
she's British.
Devil with Nick, not Nick. Oh my god.
Bedazzled.
Bedazzled.
Right?
Yeah, she was the devil. She has the accent.
Yeah,
I think
she's
pretty.
British. She is pretty. She aged
She was
very
in
well.
the Tomorrow People, but she was just a voice. Well, that's not going to help me.
Look up
she was in
Bedazzled
Austin Powers. Yes.
Oh yeah,
Bedazzled.
she was. Yeah, Austin Powers. She was a fembot. No.
She was also an agent too. Well,
I will have seen the Austin
yeah.
Powers movie, but I can't remember it.
Miss Kensington.
1999.
Yeah. There's Miss Kensington and Mrs. Kensington. They never. I know it's supposed to be like a part of the silliness, but they never explained that. Like, how did she have her mom and stuff? But like, she ended up being a fembot. I don't. But they say that like he's like, we knew all along, sadly, and he's like, what? Wait, what? Anyways, is she married to Hugh Grant? I don't know.
I have no idea.
I don't know.
We just curved into a whole different topic now.
That's what my mom was used to do in movies. She's like, this person's his sister and she's married. I was like, I don't care. She's like, he was in this other movie. I'm like, yeah, he's an actor. That's what he does.
Oh my god. Disparu's conversations with mom. I love this.
It's the most annoying. No, it's not a conversation. It's me being annoyed and somebody harassing me.
So he's getting harassed.
I'm trying to watch the pissing film,
bullied.
and she's like, "Is he married to?" I don't care. I don't know.
Oh, this is
being harassed.
Movie. Okay, then that's fine to be annoyed. I don't like.
This is during everything. Like someone will appear on the TV. It's like, "Is he so and so's wife?" It's like, I have no idea. Nor do I care. It's their private life. Leave them alone.
That's how moms are. They're like, "Did you hear?" Like, no.
This is one of my issues that I had with the Halo series.
Though.
It's one of my issues with the Halo
when
series.
She tells him gossip.
It's like all they are in the Halo series. They removed their emotional pill so that they can whine about their emotions. It's like, I don't care about your emotions. You don't exist. So it's the most annoying thing ever. I get annoyed if someone was whining at me about their emotions for 2 hours. It is, even if they did exist. And now I've got a fake show telling me about fake people. This is why I got annoyed with what's it called, The Walking Dead. Just a load of people whining about how miserable their lives are. You don't have a life. You're not real people. Kill a zombie.
Kill a zombie.
We need
lost
a
interest in
Disparance.
We do. Disparance. There we go. Another good name that's going to probably stick. You want to read this one, Disparu? You can say the name too if you want.
Took me a while to work out the second one. Stanky Poussey says, the proper way to say the Canadian $5 is the 5 loonies. Was that like the cabinet? Canadians are crazy. Just look at their PM. It's a madhouse.
Absolutely.
Thank you for the 5.
Trudeau, I see you out there. Unfortunately.
Okay, are you guys ready for the Grammy talk?
Yes. Maybe. I don't know.
And Otter winners.
Otter.
Is it Otter or Oder?
I think
it would
it's
be
Otter. Otter winners.
Otter winners, yeah.
So South
TH
African
gets
artist Tyler Is his name Tyler? Tyler beat
Yeah.
Davido, Burna Boy, and other winners for the 2024 Grammys.
Oh, snap.
Okay, I'll start. We'll go in order. Okay, so Davido and Burna Boy lose out for the 2024 edition of the Grammys Awards.
The two big Nigerian artists lose to South African singer Tyla on Sunday for the award for the Best African Music Performance category.
Apart from Davido and Burna Boy, the female rapper beat other Nigerian acts, including Asake.
Tyla Water, not on beat, unavailable by Davido.
Not in beat.
On Piano by Asake, City Boys by Burna Boy, and Rush by Arya Star. It just always gets to me when like there's like 4 regular words in with the pigeon.
Yeah.
My
Especially if
English
it's really
comes out again.
scientific and complicated.
Yes. The 22-year-old Tyla na South Africa artiste Weydon Ginger the Western space with her brand of Amapiano.
After the gingers again. That's all I understood from that paragraph.
Again.
In fact, the level where she blow reach Nigeria Sote. What is that one? That's Obambi.
That's a new one.
Yeah, Sote.
Chat, can you guys look it up for us?
May 2023, she featured Arya Star for one song, Way Dem Call Girl Next Door.
Davido bin tweet after the event to congratulate Tyla, say, congratulations for your win. Big one for Africa. Keep soaring.
Yay!
Yay.
Meanwhile, for Niger, this one don called Serious Gabej.
What is
That's a new one as well.
It's like garbage, maybe?
Maybe?
On top social media, we are people don't say Nigeria and South Africa go meet again for Wetin Dim they call the Amapiano versus Afrobeats battle.
This now as Nigeria and South Africa they play against each other for the African Cup of Nations semi-finals on Wednesday.
Davido, Burna Boy, and other Africans weigh Gabab.
I don't know. We've never seen this before.
Nominations.
G and B don't belong together.
We're discovering new lands here.
Davido and Burna Boy also day among the nominees for Best Global Music Performance Award category. Way them also lose.
World fusion band Shakti win the Grammy for Global Album with This Moment, beating Davido Timeless and Burna Boy's I Told Them.
Davido bin Gabab got me. We've each had one. 3 nominations. It might be a name, surely. I don't know. Is it around Davido? I don't know. Davido bin Gabab, 3 nominations in total for the Global Music Performance, African Music Performance, and Global Music Album categories. That was pointless.
So I looked it up and I got some stocks. New York Stock Exchange.
Wow,
Gabab.
that's exactly what they're
Got
talking
some
about.
stonks.
So it's New York stocks. Okay. Where were we? Right here. Okay. Davido and Burna Boy also miss out on the Global Music Performance category. Burna Boy bin Day nominated for I'm Song Alone, and Davido bin Day nominated for Feel.
Now, American artists Bella Fleck, Edgar Mai, and Indian Zakir Hussain featuring Rakesh Chaurasia win the song for Dia song Pashto.
What is Pashto? Or is that
I think
the song?
that's his name, the song name, yeah. Well, let's just skip all
no
this. I don't think we care about that part.
We don't care about that. It might be.
Oh wait, Taylor Swift won so many things. Holy crap!
Of course she freaking did.
I do like the Miley Cyrus song.
Miley Cyrus is still making songs. I didn't even know.
I like that one song, her newer one. I don't know if it's that new. I'm not.
It's a reply to
Flowers.
Yeah, it's a reply to Bruno Mars's song. So I think that's why I like it because it has the same beat.
This might just be. There's a lot here. I'm sorry.
Oh look, Ryan Gosling. I'm just Ken, but he didn't win. He got beaten by Billie Eilish.
He should have won. So anybody, while I'm scrolling through this, if you're new here, This is real. This is real news that we're reading, and this is how it's written.
My
you want to explain it? Disparu, you explain it better. Just a quick summary for new people here, because we had a pretty big crowd today that might not know what the heck is going on.
Everybody knows what the BBC is, the British Broadcasting Corporation. If you Google it, you might get other websites, so be careful. But the British Broadcasting Corporation is essentially paid for by the license fee in the UK. It's a tax, essentially, also called a television license. If you watch live television at all in the UK or BBC iPlayer, you need that license. And if you're paying that license, you're paying for this. So to have a television and watch live TV, you have to make this crap. It is official news. It's just the same as any other BBC news channel, except it is rewritten for what is essentially people who can't speak English but want to feel like they can.
Who was this written by? We need to check before we finish.
Yeah, we never checked that.
It's a white name or something.
It probably.
It's like David Smith.
David Smith, the whitest name you could think of. I mean, yeah. The Grammys create 3 new categories. Way include the best African music performance.
The award day to honor recordings we use unique local expressions from Africa we show regional musical traditions. Oh gosh.
Oh god, this is going to be fun. Have you seen the next paragraph?
Disparu's got a big one.
The genres. Way day cover na Afrobeat, Afrofusion, Afropop, Afrobeats, Alti, Amapiano, bongo flavor. I want to know what bongo flavor is. Genji? Kizomba? Chimorenga? High Life? Fuji? Kwasa? I hope that's a silent one, otherwise it's Ndombolo. Mapauka? Ghanaian Drill? Afro House? South African Hip Hop? Not to be confused with hip-hop. They're in obviously 2 entirely different categories that could not possibly be misconstrued. And Ethio Jazz. Again, don't get confused with jazz. You know, they sound entirely different. Genres. Among Odors.
There's more?
This day come with these...
That was just the highlights.
that was just the popular ones. This day come with the success of songs like Calm Down by Rema. Hey, sounds like a song I would write. That's my thing. And Water by Tyla Way done give more visibility to African music overseas.
The nominees for this category this year na Amapiano by Asake and Olamide, City Boys by Burna Boy, Unavailable by Davido featuring Musa Keys, Rush by Arya Starr, Water by Tyla.
I keep wanting to say Arya Starr.
I'm a piano. Every
I'm
time.
A piano.
I'm a piano. It's like every time.
I'm a piano.
I'm a piano by Asake. Other new categories: Nadi Pop Dance Recording and Best Alternative Jazz Album.
Wow.
I'm a piano. And
I'm a
Bongi,
piano.
whatever it was.
I'm a piano.
No, Gabab. Gabab was my favorite word.
It's a stock.
Or Gabab.
Oh my god.
Oh no, did I actually say that?
What did you say?
Oh, Justin Martin super chat.
I think we both might have said it. Oh no.
What was I talking about?
And it's like, oh no, we don't say anything that's clippable.
Me and you said like one sentence, then he had like 4.
No, that's a super chat reward right there.
He's very excited for that one.
Oh, Justin.
Oh no.
Oh no. Well, thank you, Justin, for that super chat.
Thank you for the
it would be funnier if one of you said it and one of you agreed. So it was like, yes, he does.
This was like clipped.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm clipping that, man. I'm not the only one anymore. Oh, we missed a 50 from Ian. Thank you, Ian, for the 50 pounds. Disparu in the zombie apocalypse. Can we have some of the milk you keep under your desk?
Yeah. Well, I can't. It's not like I can make it myself. I've got to stockpile it from somewhere.
Thank you.
Yes.
That's my favorite one, I think.
Well, that's the thing.
Saucy.
It's Xray Girl in the background that makes the clips at the end, though. It's like that one. It's like, yes, joining in as you're like, yes!
Yes! I know, she gets so pumped for it. I love it.
And I was probably sober for that. So imagine if I was drunk. When I was, oh my God. So I was flying home and Star Wars Theory was on our flight. And apparently I was getting so excited because when you hear a lot of noise, you start yelling, right? So it's just like, he's like, shh, shh, dial it back the entire time.
It's weird if you're in a really loud environment, like loads of people talking, but sometimes the entire room just goes quiet.
Oh, I
completely
hate
coincidentally.
that. And they hear everything.
You suddenly just scream a word and everyone's silent just at that moment. It's like, that was weird.
Awkward. Very awkward. But
so
yeah.
What do you guys have going on? What videos you got coming out, Disparu? And also, just so everyone knows, all of their links are also in the description. So make sure you check it out and sub to their channels and all that. What do you got going on?
Yeah, I've got the review of Halo episode 1 and 2 coming out tomorrow. It's mostly done. I've just got to put the finishing touches for it.
Thanks, Saucys.
Tomorrow. After this, I'm also heading over to Lethal Lightning stream where I think they're talking about Halo right now.
Oh.
So, I'll catch the tail end of that for bringing the gang back together with Mike and Lady Gravemaster like we did for season 1. So.
Oh, nice.
That's so sweet.
See if I can send
Master
everyone over
Cheeks.
there. Master Cheeks.
Yeah, Master Cheeks. Although there is a shower scene with him, but they don't show his cheeks. So they've at least learned something. Nothing else, but they learned that.
We don't need to see a shower scene with him, though. That's so...
It's the first thing you see. Well, there's like an intro scene, and then the first proper scene after the credits is the shower scene.
Wow. Like, why? Why?
Well, there seems to be this thing that he's incredibly... I don't see it, personally, but there's even a joke in that where he's at a meeting, and the family is like, well, I think we deserve to know whether you're, It's like, no, that's weird. She's your sister. Why do you care? But then he's like, no, look at him. Look at the size of him. I bet all the girls are after you. And a guy across the table goes, and the guys. Like, they had to put it in.
They had to put that line in. Oh,
yeah.
That's so cringe. Both lines are cringe. Doesn't matter. Well, I won't be watching that. So.
I wish I hadn't.
A lot of shows you wish you hadn't, but
well,
you do.
no, a lot of them like.
But the audience is glad you did because they didn't have to, and they got your rants.
That's true.
And they also learned what it was about that way without having to watch it.
A lot of them are fun to take the piss out of, and this you feel like you're going insane because there's even a scene where they're talking, and this guy just walks in and sits over and starts giving them orders, and she's like, the woman in the group goes, "Who the hell are you?" It's like, you're a soldier. He's clearly above you in the leadership. You can't talk to him like that. You just take your orders and shut up. But, nobody tells her to do that. So they say, he's your new boss and he's replacing Halsey. And then he stands up and goes, I'm not replacing Halsey. It's like, yeah, you are. He just said you're replacing her. You can have her a job. And then he walks out the room and the girl goes, but who is he? It's like, you've been answered 3 times. I just feel like I'm going insane.
You probably are.
Okay. It's okay. Disparu. And what?
It isn't. Nothing ever is. Not until I can lactate. It's like portable food. It's amazing.
Seriously.
Yeah. It's like a snack that's just there. You make it yourself. It's amazing.
If you drink your own milk, that's technically recycling.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably not like it's obviously not conservation of energy. You're not actually gaining energy from it, but at least you're not wasting
energy.
What else are you going to do? Squirt it on the floor?
If you're just now tuning in, Disparu's life, yes, I was just going to say his lifelong goal.
It's the only way you're ever going to write your name in the snow, all right?
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's
I don't
true.
think
We're never
going to aim very well with that, though.
Well, I'm sure you'll practice. That's all you need.
One day, if I get pregnant, I'll try to write my name out in the snow.
That'd make one hell of a video.
Those black boxes will come in handy.
No. Oh my goodness.
If it works for Twitch.
Yeah, should I do that for Twitch?
There you go. Yeah, you gotta make sure you oil yourself up very well.
Oh
Make yourself super slippery.
Sweat too, all over the place.
Ian, he doesn't have a fridge there. It's just desk milk. It's not fridge desk
No,
milk.
my kitchen is literally there. I just got to like, why would I get up and walk to drink the milk when I could just have it next to me and not?
He likes room temperature milk. Room temperature milk is fine.
And then we got girl math. So it's all good. Oh my gosh.
Disparu running around topless and squeezing his own nipples. Welcome to 2024.
I don't do that anymore. It just led to disappointment.
Anymore! He had just admitted it.
Yeah, of course. Like, how else are you going to know whether it works or not?
Okay.
I just got disappointed. It's not working. I thought if I practiced long enough, I'd be able to, but no.
You surprise us every week.
I know.
Andrew Matthews, Willow gave Disparu the wrong idea. Thank you for the 2 pounds.
This is what I've always said, that people are like, oh no, it's funny. It's like, it is for you. You can leave. I have to live with this. This stuff goes around in my head all the time. I can't switch it off.
God, you really need to make a short or a reel about this Disparu and milk lactation. It's good.
I'm surprised there hasn't been any like memes of him like. I guess the memers aren't in here today.
Well, my best thing was it was an example of like a serious topic. It's like equality is crap. It's obviously wrong. It's like, well, how are you going to prove that? Well,
let's see. I am going on vacation and I will be doing some work from the road while there, and hopefully the internet's good. That's the only thing that makes me nervous about these trips, is you never know how good it will be. But I will be here for next week for sure.
And we have a special guest, but we'll keep it quiet. You will find out the day of, because I like doing that. I like keeping it a mystery until one of us probably says it on a stream on accident. So, because that happens too.
It won't be me.
It's the milkman.
So Disparu?
It's the milkman. As you said, it's the milkman.
You won't find out which local milkman it is, but it'll be one of them.
And you're
He'll have finished his rounds by this time. It's fine.
Should I? Disparu.
Should I? Yes, you should.
Dr. Pepper, what's the worst that can happen?
I actually have quite a bit happening this week, because I started a Monday show, because when me and Xray Girl had coffee together, it gave me the idea. I do it bi-weekly though, every other Monday. It's just like an hour long where I talk about positive, good news, and I drink coffee with you guys. That's gonna be this Monday. Yeah, it's nice. I just do it every other week for now. Maybe it'll be every week soon. And I'll also be real quick, I haven't talked about this that much because I haven't completely started posting, but I made a second channel. I'll put it in here. It's gonna be food related. I'm gonna cook and eat food and be at like,
oh my god, the title
stuff. It's I'm gonna eat.
Blabs posted recently. There was a tweet of her going, "I'm going on a stream to eat Japanese candy," and I'm like, when you found the perfect mix of business and pleasure.
I did that. I don't know. I think Disparu might have been in the chat when I did that. That was a long time ago. I got a box. It was really good. It was Japanese candy. I tried. It was before I even moved. I did it on Twitch. And then I will be tomorrow. Yes, I am Italian. I will be on the History of Pirates channel tomorrow. That's another bi-weekly.
Not according to the Italians.
Another bi-weekly podcast that I do with Jay, Drunk 3PO, and X-Wing, and it's a couple other guys. It's really fun. We're going to be talking about the movie Master and Commander this week. I just watched it. It's very good with Russell Crowe. It's good with Russell Crowe. You can rent it for like $1.50 on Amazon. I saw that. I actually have it though, thanks to Wiley Dave. You sent me the Blu-ray. But here, and then one more, I'm just dropping links, but you know what? I'm going to drop this because Disparu is about to go over there. So here's the link to Lethal Lightning stream. You can catch Disparu over there in a few minutes.
Hell yeah. Ooh, can you redirect to him maybe?
I was about to, but I have to re-log in. It's doing that thing where verify it's you, and it's going to take me a minute. I have one of those. I hate when it does that.
Just click on that link to his channel.
Go over there, Wicked Raid. Go say hi to Disparu and Lethal, and we said Lady Gravemaster's over there too, and Mike. Is that what you said?
Yeah,
or no?
and Mike.
Okay,
yeah.
all right.
The old bang from season 1.
Yes, sub to our channels. I only have a little short of making a Princess Peach cupcake on my Wicked Manja channel right now, but there's going to be more content, and I'm going to go live on there too, eating and like hanging out with people and stuff. It's going to be fun. So thank you guys so much, and we will see you next week. Bye.
See ya.